So today, super excited to talk to you guys about at-home self-care, DIY self-care, all the fun stuff that you probably already have at your house. Self-care, balling on a budget, right? Self-care is one of those so important things that a lot of us tend to neglect. We are taking care of others. If you have children, that is certainly a priority. A lot of you all who have children, you are last on the totem pole. When you put yourself last on the totem pole, you're not properly filling up. So it's hard for you to keep serving and keep helping others. So I like to make sure that we are doing what we can at home on the front lines to help out. So today we're going to be talking about a couple different ways we can self-care. First thing I want to bring up is technology. Now, I think technology gets a bad rap sometimes, especially when we're talking self-care. However, it can really help us because a lot of us do have access to technology. After all, I'm here talking to you guys on Facebook. So that means I know that you have a way to get online, right? So if you have a way to get to me on Facebook, you probably have access to a couple different things that we're going to talk about. So self-care, again, is one of the most important things. And sometimes we just don't have the budget to go to a spa, maybe. Sometimes it's not in the budget to get a massage. Although I will say, massage is one of the more important things when we talk about self-care because it can really help move energy through. However, again, we know that's not in everybody's budget every single week. So important to figure out those things that you can do in between time to make sure that you are filling up and even help others around you to fill up. I'm talking kids, I'm talking spouses, I'm talking friends. A lot of these things, especially as we go on, you can do in groups and it would be pretty fun. So let's start with technology because of course here we are on Facebook. If you're needing some self-care, if you're needing some refresh time, watch your favorite show. And a lot of you, if I asked you right now what your favorite show is, you could tell me. My favorite show that I go to, and you guys are gonna laugh probably, is a cartoon called Futurama. If I am not feeling it for the day, I will literally go turn that on. Doesn't matter if I've seen it 1,000 times, because I probably have. It makes me laugh every single time. Same thing with movies. One of my go-to movies is The Breakfast Club. I can probably recite that movie verbatim and give you all of the factoids and tidbits and tell you 20 different things about all of the other John Hughes movies. I'm a barrel of fun to watch movies with. I'm also the person you want to take to trivia night, especially if we're talking 80s. Totally my jam. So things that lift you up, things that you automatically enjoy. If you're kind of over your favorites and you want something fresh, if you need a new perspective, because sometimes that's what you need. You don't want the same old stuff. Try an uplifting movie. So many of us have Netflix, Hulu. There's a lot of great movies on YouTube as well. So things like The Secret is a great movie if you haven't seen it. You know, ask your friends, what documentaries have they seen lately? One of the gems that I found, because I'll be honest, I use my parents' cable password to get, you know, streaming access for channels that I don't have. I was so profoundly excited when I figured out that we had access to the Oprah Winfrey Network and I could watch old episodes of Super Soul Sunday. And if you don't know what that is, it is Oprah's show on her channel, and she interviews a lot of authors, spiritual teachers, gurus, if you will. I don't necessarily love that term. But it's like hour-long shows on all of these different wonderful authors and people that you would want to hear from. Joe Biden actually did one. Glennon Doyle, for those of you who are familiar with Monastery. I'm trying to think. Wayne Dyer, before he passed away, had one. This show's been going on for a while. So different ways to find uplifting things really is helpful. A lot of us forget about the library, and the library actually has a lot of really great options. In terms of books, DVDs, they also have digital books and digital downloads. So you don't have to spend money on new music every week, things like that. So I really encourage you to look at different resources in a new light. Check out things that you may not have looked at before. I also found with my library, guys, that there was access to classes, and the classes had metaphysical topics as well. So it wasn't just straight classes that you would expect to find in a library per se, in a public setting. So really utilize those resources. Make a music playlist of your favorite songs. Listen to that. You guys just saw I was listening to my music, jamming out at the beginning. Again, read a book or a magazine. Coloring pages, super great. Definitely not overrated, especially if you have kids. Grab a coloring page with them, right? Nothing is better than sitting and coloring within the lines, and it's therapeutic as well. Let's see. Things like keeping a gratitude list. That's another great way to fill back up. Just going for a walk outside. Again, these are things that you don't have to pay for. I recently discovered a nature preserve that's like 3 miles down the street from my house, and it's beautiful. There's water there, there's birds, fantastic, and I had no idea it was there. Those of you who live, by a beach, a state park maybe, all of these things give you absolutely beautiful access when you need it. Things like lighting a candle or incense. I know that sounds silly, but even that, setting the intention of clearing your space in that way. Most of us have candles lying around. Most of us have incense. Napping. Guys, I love napping. You should love napping too. And here's a good hack to make your sheets nice and fluffy and soft. 1 cup baking soda, 1/2 cup white vinegar, and run it through the wash cycle. This is going to help it soften up and make it really luxurious. And of course, you guys know we talk meditation a lot. So there's apps like Calm, there's apps like Headspace, and of course, there's YouTube, right? Be sure to check out my YouTube channel, of course. I have meditations on there. Crystal has meditations on her YouTube channel, and I'm sure the rest of the teachers do as well. Things you can also do, utilize nature in a different way. In Arizona, we have eucalyptus leaves, and something that is a very cool experience if you have access to eucalyptus leaves is actually to tie it on your shower head. And this way it helps to release the oils as you are in the shower, and it smells beautiful and fragrant and fantastic. So those are just some of the, kind of easier, basic ways that we can do self-care.